All right, so I'm excited about this video because this is my first budget closeout. All right, so I want to walk you through how I close out my monthly budget and my expense tracking and what I use and the whole process. So that's what I'm showing you in this video. And hopefully I can keep this up. It's hard for me to do these recaps, but I really want to try to keep this up on my channel. And if you guys want to see more of my budget closeout, let me know in the comments below. All right, so for those of you that don't know, I do use the Budget Moms Budget by Paycheck workbook. And I've been using her ever since I started my journey back in 2018. But I am in the process of trying to create my own digital calendars and expense trackers. So be on the lookout for that. But what I do first is I print out the calendar for whatever month that I need. And this is the month of October. And I enter the dates for the month. So as you can see on her printable, you simply enter the dates on the little leaves that you see in each square. So that's what I do first. A lot of people write down their bills that are due for each day of the month. I don't do that because I have my own bill tracker with all that information, and it's literally laying side by side on my budget writing desk, so I don't rewrite those. Now, just in case you don't know what that looks like, I am putting it on the screen right now so that you can see my budget for the month of October. So this is the sheet that is laying side by side with my calendar. So again, I don't rewrite those dates on the calendar. I simply list my credit card due dates on the calendar because I kind of want to keep up with that to make sure that I'm paying them off and I'm not getting interest charges or anything like that. I also may write on here any subscription cancellations. So if I sign up for a 7-day free trial or 30-day free trial of something, I want to make sure that I cancel it. So I may put that on the calendar as well. Now, excuse my handwriting, but here is what my calendar looks like for the month of October. So you can see those credit card due dates. And also I put on here any income that I'm getting. I typically write that in so I'll know, what dates I'm going to get paid. So whether it's Etsy, Teachers Pay Teachers, whether it's, one of my other part-time jobs, whatever it is, I put that on here as well. Okay, so that's what that looks like. And I just added pay dates as number 7 so that you guys can kind of see what I put on here. So now let's take a look at my actual expense tracker. So again, I am using the Budget Moms Budget by Paycheck workbook, and this is one of the digital printables. This is her expense tracker, and she actually just came out in October of 2022 this month with her new digital download. She doesn't have a physical workbook this year that she is selling, and I don't have the physical workbook either, not of this particular workbook. I just do the digital downloads. But if you guys are interested, check it out. I'll try to link that information in the description below. But remember, all of my bills are set up on auto pay to my credit card. So this expense tracker is basically me tracking my credit card transactions. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. There are only 1 or 2 bills that are not set up on auto pay. Actually, I think it's just 1, and that's because they won't allow it. Okay, so auto pay is the first thing here on the list. And then number 2, I start by entering my balance. And remember, my balance is always going to be at least $1,000 because I always have a $1,000 cushion. And I've talked about that in my budget with me video. So if you guys haven't watched those, go back and check those out. So number 3 here, I always make sure that my credit card apps are set up to where I get the notifications. So every time there's a transaction on my credit card, it's going to come to my phone. And then once I get that transaction that a bill has posted, then I'm going to put that on my expense tracker. So this step is important because this is how I remember to go back and write things down. So you want to make sure that you're writing all of your transactions down as they post. Now, I don't wait till they clear, but I write them down as they post. But I do go back and check to make sure it has cleared. So you can see on the screen my actual expense tracker with my handwriting, and y'all, my handwriting is terrible, so forgive me, but I did want to show you the actual sheet so that you know this is real. So then I go through and I update the ending balance column, every time and a transaction hits my account, right? Okay, so once all transactions have posted for the month, then I can transfer the balance to the next month. So if you look at the end of my sheet here, notice that my ending balance for October the 27th was $978.52. But when I went in to check that to make sure it's correct, because I do go in and check my account to make sure that's correct, I was a little bit off. So I put my actual balance down at the bottom of $995.11. I'm not sure where I went wrong. I don't try to go back and see, where I went wrong, because typically if I do something wrong, it's only by a few dollars. I just go ahead and correct it with the actual balance. So $995.11 is what I have. And so if I'm under $1,000, I go in and I add whatever I need to add from my fund account to make me whole again, because remember, I always want to start with that $1,000 cushion. So I only had to add $5 this month, so I went ahead and added that, and I'm going to show you guys that transaction. So right here you can see this is coming from my Chime checking account. This is my fund money account. You can see where I transferred the $5 to my borrowed bank account, and again, that's going to make me whole. So if you look at the bottom of my expense tracker, my handwriting, if you guys can read it. So now my balance that I'm going to transfer over to November is $1,000.11. Okay, so that's kind of how I do that, and all of my transactions have come through. Now, the one thing I will say that I kind of don't like is my grocery. My Walmart pickup orders, it takes 7 days for that amount to show on my credit card, which is annoying to me sometimes, because sometimes the amount is different. Because let's say I put 30 items in my cart, sometimes something may not be available, which is going to make my transaction amount different. And a lot of times I'm waiting to see what the actual transaction amount is. So anyway, that's kind of annoying, but for the most part, the system here is working for me. I did get cash back as well, you guys. If you notice at the bottom of my expense tracker, there was a deposit of $5.41. So I had to put that in there too. That was cash back from one of my credit cards for making a transaction. I can't even remember what it was. So that's something else I have to keep up with too, so that my amounts are not off. So that is how I track my expenses. And again, hopefully this helps someone out there that's watching my video. You guys can let me know in the comments below how you track your expenses, or if there's something you want to try to do differently moving forward. Let me know. So just to kind of recap, I start with my budget, which is the first sheet that you see here on the screen. You guys can go back and watch my budget with me videos, but that's how I start. And I go through and I check these off as they hit my credit card, as they are charged. I also have my calendar that I use, and remember, I don't put my expenses on here, but I do put when my credit card payments are due, any subscriptions or anything extra that I want to put on here, when I'm getting paid, those things like that. And then I have the expense tracker where I'm going to track everything and write it down as it posts to my credit card. And I'm going to keep up with that ending balance and just make sure everything is legit and everything checks out at the end of the month. If I go over my budget, which I did for the month of October by $5, then I simply take that from my fund money account and replenish that. And usually, you guys, I only go over I think the most I've gone over was maybe $30 or $40. So it's typically not much, and I'm okay with that, the way that I'm doing it. So that's how I do it. If you guys are loving this content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so that you are notified every time Edupreneur Diaries posts a new video. Thanks for watching.